V New Orleans se odehrávají temné, krvavé vraždy. Po stopách pátrá spisovatel a majitel knihkupectví Gabriel Knight, který v případu spatřuje inspiraci pro svou knihu. Gabriel navíc zjišťuje šokující informace o své rodové linii. Jeho rod Knightů pochází z Německa a původně se jmenovali Ritterové. Jedná se o starý šlechtický rod z Bavorska. Dále se dozvídáme stále víc a víc o voodoo kultu v New Orleans s temnou historií prosakující přes období upalování čarodejnic do starodávných dob africké magie domorodých kmenů. Na místě vražd se objevují takzvané bebé, obrazce, které si Gabriel dává do spojitosti s voodoo kultem. Náš hlavní hrdina byl svědkem úmrtí informátora policie, dealera drog Crashe, který zemřel za nevyjasněných okolností v katedrále svatého Ludvíka. Jeho krk nesl stopy škrcení, ale Gabriel jeho smrt sledoval z méně jak metru, ale nikdo ho fyzicky za krk nedržel. I tato smrt nesla známky voodoo vraždy. Před smrtí říkal Crash něco o bubenicích, kteří svým bubnováním vysílají vzkazy voodoo kultu. Je to skutečně tak? Patří bubeníci k příslušníkům voodoo kultu? Další smrt přišla velmi záhy, když zemřel profesor Hartridge z Tulanovy univerzity. Ten profesor Hartridge, specializující se na temné kulty kmenů ze staré Afriky. Gabriel dělá vše proto, aby se vyšetřování obnovilo, protože je přesvědčen, že na vině je kult voodoo a nadpřirozené síly. Teď se vydal za voodoojenkou, odbornici na voodoo, aby se dozvěděl více. Do toho ho ale varuje jeho prastrýc z Německa, že mu v New Orleans hrozí smrtelné nebezpečí a ať okamžitě přijede za ním do Bavorska, do Rittersburgu. Tak. Další pokračování Gabriela Knighta nás přivádí do rezidence Mumbiové, což je voodoojenka, která by teda měla být odbornicí na voodoo. A my jsme teďka před problémem, protože tahle kočka nám nechce něco vysvětlit. Když ji ukážeme tady to BB, ten voodoo kód, který mimo jiné neumíme příliš dobře rozluštit. A my bychom potřebovali tady ten kód trošku osvětlit, ale paní voodoojenka Madame Mumbiová nám k tomu moc říct nechce. Ukážeme jí symboly.
The voodoo code. It is very secret, yes. I studied it with my mentor, the great Queen Tabitha.
Really? Great. Can you tell me what it says?
I'm afraid I could never translate this code for an outsider such as yourself, Monsieur Knight.
A když ji ukážeme rekonstruované BB,
Does this mean anything to you?
These are magical symbols. Deep magic.
Really? Have you seen them before?
No.
Then how do you know they're magic symbols?
Seeker, my eyes are unveiled to see truly that which is in front of me.
Uh-huh. Thanks, ton.
Takže ještě jednou ji ukážeme voodoo kód. Protože jsme sem nepřišli jen tak pro nic za nic
Are
vřebem.
you sure you can't translate this for me?
As I said,
Pokročit.
it's a very secret code.
Surely you can see I'm trying to learn as much as I can here. How am I supposed to become an insider if you won't help me?
That's true, I suppose. Perhaps if the Loa were to grant you their approval,
How do I get that?
by using my Ask the Loa machine.
A machine?
Yes. A spirit guided me to it years ago in an antique store, and its guidance has never faltered. I trust it implicitly.
I see.
The spirits often work in mysterious ways, Mr. Knight. If you aren't willing to ask.
No, I'll ask. Let's see here.
Tak tady ta mašinka nám musí hodit, že jsme opravdu přítel. A protože mašinka se ovládá s těma páčkama, tak my musíme třetí páčku smáčknout jednou. Pátou páčku dvakrát. Sedmou páčku taky dvakrát. Osmou páčku dvakrát. Dvanáctou páčku. Jednou. 11. páčku taky jednou. 4. páčku jednou. 6. páčku jednou. A první páčku dvakrát. Tak, máme to potvrzený.
Well done, Mr. Knight. You have earned the Loa's approval.
Truly, it's an honor. Now, about that code.
Let me see.
Tak Dujenka Moonbyová se podívá na náš
Well,
kód.
some of it is nonsense, I'm afraid. Whoever wrote this wasn't very good.
That's all right. Just tell me what it says.
It starts with a D and J. Then, okay, this part makes sense. It says, Conclave tonight, bring, well, then there's more nonsense. F-W-E-T-K-A-S-H. The last bit might mean cash. Fresh cash? Doesn't make much sense.
That's okay. Thanks. DJ Conclave K-A-S-H. It's a start.
I'm happy I could help.
No, takže víme, že máme konklávě přinést cash. Čirý, voodoo marketing a tak. Takže mizíme od paní Moonbyové. Dozvěděli jsme se, že máme přinést do konklávy prachy.
As you wish.
Ty Moonbyová docela dobrá, tyjo.
Peace and harmony be yours.
Right.
No, tak. A my bychom měli provést menší save v tuhle chvíli. Uložit hru. Uložit. Protože nás teď čeká nelehká část. Jo, uložit. Protože my půjdeme zpátky do muzea voodoo. A tam nás čeká nemilé překvapení. Je tady tma.
Why is it so dark in here? Dr. John? Hello?
A za náma se plazí had. Jak už to tak bývá. Smrt je nám na blízko. My musíme rychle stáhnout trošku spínač. Doufám, že jsem to stihl. Jo. Tak. Ventilátor hada odehnal. Přichází Dr. John.
That thing just tried to kill me.
He did. I am sorry. The museum is closed today, you see. We were not expecting visitors. But if you will excuse me, Mr. Knight, I must go look for him. He is incredibly valuable.
You don't need to ask twice. I'm out of here. By the way, you might want to lock your door the next time you're closed.
Not a bad idea. Goodbye, Mr. Knight.
Takže to byla návštěva muzea voodoo. Jsme málem skapali. A my se teda vrátíme, možná trochu rozčarovaný, možná trochu šťastný, že žijeme, zpátky domů do knihkupectví svatého Jiří.
What happened to you?
Who, me? Nothing. Why?
You're kind of a pale green color. Come here.
Pale green, you say? Charming.
What's that on your face?
I'm sure you'll tell me.
Looks like a sparkly or something. Got it.
I love it when you pick stuff off my face, Grace.
Well, excuse me.
Takže máme na ksichtě třpytku. No a kde je teď?
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
A jo, moment, nepotřebujeme s tebou mluvit, ukončíme rozhovor, ale podíváme se na popelník, protože na popelníku je popelník, to je moc nahuštěných věcí, popelník je tady. Podíváme se na popelník. My se podíváme lupou na popelník. Protože tam Grace odložila tu třpytku, tu věc zelenou. Jo. A je to hadí šupina. Po tom našem zápase s hadem v muzeu voodoo jsme měli na ksichtě hadí šupinu. A my tu hadí šupinu teďka porovnáme s hadí šupinou od jezera.
Gabriel can't see a way to use that.
Jo, pinzetu.
Gabriel finds a snake scale in the ashtray. It's a souvenir from the museum's python.
Tak. Tak, teďka jdem kombinovat.
He places the two scales together. The two iridescent scales are a perfect match.
Takže se zdá, že jsou obě šupiny ve shodě. To znamená, že by to znamenalo, že ten had z toho muzea voodoo vraždil u jezera. Byl pachatel té první vraždy, která se stala vlastně u toho jezera, kde jsme byli předtím. A potkali jsme tam paní Gédiovou, do které jsme se zamilovali, ale teď tady máme důležitou stopu. Tak. Máme prostě důkaz, že za vraždou je něco víc, to znamená, pokud máme takovýhle důkaz, můžeme navštívit policejní stanici a našeho přítele Mosleyho.
I'm out of here. Try not to sell out the store while I'm gone.
Uh-huh.
Jo, mám rád, když se věci dávají do pohybu. Wow, tady už to vypadá jak ve školní družině.
Three nearly identical little girls are playing jump rope outside the station. There's something a little off about them.
Hey there, girls.
The little girls stare at Gabriel, but say nothing to him.
No. Jdeme asi dovnitř. Je to tady divný. Hodně divný. Jdeme za Mosleym. Tak Mosley, ty.
Hey, Mosley.
Odvěkej, parchante.
I had a feeling you'd show up.
Tak, řekni nám něco.
I have these two snake scales. One's from the crime scene at Lake Pontchartrain. The other's from a snake in the Voodoo Museum on Ursulines and Charters.
Is this common? Do they all look alike?
Not at all. They're both constrictor scales and the coloring is the same. A python's coloring is quite individualistic.
A python?
That's right. Hardly an indigenous snake to Louisiana. Somehow, some way, the Voodoo Museum's python was at the scene of the Lake Pontchartrain murder.
Well, I'd call that a lead, all right. It definitely suggests certain lines of inquiry at the museum. Not bad work, Knight.
Jo.
Whether or not the museum's involved with a legitimate voodoo cult, though, is another matter. These guys may just be faking it too.
No, mohli to nafingovat, ale nenafingovali.
Can I ask you about some stuff?
You're the writer. Ask away.
Takže potřebuji ti říct, že umřel profesor Hartridge.
There's been a murder.
What? What are you talking about?
Just listen. This guy's name is Hartridge. He was a professor in African studies at Tulane. Well, yesterday I went to see him about the Voodoo murders case. He agreed to do some research for me. He calls me up this morning, tells me he's on to something big, and when I get over there, the guy's dead.
People die, Knight. Was the guy's heart ripped out?
Well, no, but
Then there's nothing to relate it to the Voodoo murders case, which is closed anyway. The coroner will pick him up. If he asks for a homicide investigation, we'll do one. Otherwise...
But I'm the link to the Voodoo murders case. Don't you see?
Look, if I were you, I wouldn't repeat that to anyone. Because if I weren't an old friend of yours, I might take you seriously and lock you up. As it is, maybe you should start keeping your mouth shut and not involve other people with this shit if you think it's so dangerous.
No, a umřel taky Crash.
Crash is dead.
What? What are you talking about? I let him go yesterday.
Yeah, and I watched him die yesterday at St. Louis Cathedral.
At the cathedral? I guess he was trying to get a last-minute A-train ticket, huh? Poor bastard.
I think you should go find the body at the morgue. He was killed by the Voodoo cult. Crash said...
Crash said? What, he mentioned pink elephants too?
Aren't you going to investigate?
Civilians. Did you actually see someone kill him?
No, actually I was with him when he died. Could have been poison, though.
Yeah, well, when they get the body in, they'll do a quick autopsy, standard procedure. If it's anything other than an overdose, I'll get a report.
No, je na čase znovu otevřít případ prostě.
How can I convince you to reopen the case?
I already told you. You still need to prove that there's a legitimate voodoo cult in Narland. Prove that they're a threat.
No. Tak bychom mi měli ukázat Hartridgeovy poznámky.
Thank God Hartridge was a doodler.
Tak pomyslí, to jsou Hartridgeovy poznámky.
I have this. Take a look at these notes. They're from Professor Hartridge at Tulane University.
Yeah? What about them?
They confirm that the pattern for the murders is of African origin.
This is interesting if it's true. But how do you know he had the right pattern?
No. Tak a teď ještě ukážeme ten článek. Článek o voodoo.
The newspaper clipping describes a ritualistic murder in Congo Square. It includes a rough sketch of a pattern found around the body. The sketch is very similar to the reconstructed Veve.
Z roku 1810, to by ho mohlo přesvědčit.
This is a newspaper clipping about a murder committed in 1810. That murder is an exact match of the voodoo murders, right down to the marks around the bodies.
This does sound like the same MO. 1810.
1810. They killed then, they're killing now. Isn't that proof that they're likely to kill again? Or that they are a threat?
Sure, if there is a voodoo cult, they're a threat.
Can I ask you about some...
You're the writer. Ask away.
Otvíráme případ.
How can I convince you?
I already told you. You still need to prove that there's a legitimate voodoo cult in Narland.
Mosley's seen as much in that scale as he's going to.
Počkej, tak co já mu ještě musím ukázat? Zrekonstruované VV. Že by? A kde ho mám? Čum na to, ty vole.
You know those marks you found around the murder victims? This is a reconstruction of the whole pattern.
What makes you think this is an accurate reconstruction?
Well, I borrowed the partial patterns from your police file and did my own tracing of the pattern at Lake Pontchartrain. An architectural artist reconstructed it for me from the partials.
Really? So this is the whole pattern, huh? That's pretty good work, Knight. So that's what Hartridge used, huh?
To si
I
piš.
guess his analysis is on target then. Okay, the murders were committed by a legitimate voodoo cult. You proved your point. Okay, I'll reopen the case. I hate to admit it, but you've done some pretty good detective work here, Knight.
Well, you know what they say. Imitation is the sincerest form of flattery.
Well, point taken. Glad I could inspire you. I'll check around the department, but I have a feeling I'm on my own. I'll be in touch. Meanwhile, you stay out of trouble. I mean it.
I'll try. Thanks, bud.
Tak zdá se, že jsme Mosleyho přesvědčili.
Now lay low and let me handle this.
Yeah, fine.
A my bychom měli jít ven. Tohle je divný.
I guess your parents probably told you not to talk to strangers, huh?
Sure enough, the girls are not talking to Gabriel.
Bubeník.
Hey,
The drummer looks at Gabriel but says nothing in return. Three nearly identical little
Tak jo, jdeme na mapu.
It's getting late. Gabriel decides to go home for the day.
A konec 6. dne, no 5. 5.
damn.
Zdá se, že Máli Gédiová mu to tenkrát nebrala. Další sen. Tetila. Erb. To byl ten erb těch litrů. Noční můry začínají být pořád víc a víc dramatický. Den 6. A pak se noc proměnila v den a zahlédl jsem nejčervenější dráp přírody. Tvář strachu na mě pohlédla, když jsem se zadíval do tlamy. Camelot hází noviny a Grace Nakamurová přichází do práce 6. dne. A? Co je? Jaký dinosaurus, ne?
What is it? What's wrong?
Gabriel!
I see it, Grace. Hold on. There's no one in the shop, and I know there's no one in the back. It's okay.
Okay? Gabriel, that thing is still barely alive. How could someone do this?
With a knife, maybe?
Oh, God, don't even start. We should call the police.
No, I'll take care of it.
But, Gabriel?
I said I'll take care of it. Why don't you go get some coffee? I'll have it all cleaned up before you get back.
They know where you live now.
Shh, it's gonna be fine. Now go on. Are you sure you don't want to go home? I could close the shop today.
No, I'd rather keep busy. I'll be fine. At least that creepy guy is gone. Not that they aren't still watching. Anyway, speaking of keeping busy, we got that book you ordered in this morning. The one on Rada drums.
Really? Great.
Gabriel!
I see it. Stay back.
Special delivery, it seems.
Pošťák. Začínáme být trošku paranoidní. Co nám to přišlo za obálku, to se dozvíme zase příště. Zatím.